Chapter 28. Known Bugs and Unknown Gods. The Bone Marrow drifted in a low, passive orbit above Damar's dusk-bathed surface, her systems running idle for the first time in days. In the relative silence of the command deck, Kate sat near the observation window, one boot casually crossed over the other, watching ion trails rise like contrails from the distant surface rigs below. The ship was quiet, but not empty. Fuji trained alone in the lower deck sparring chamber, his motions precise and constant. Bublina hummed from one corridor to the next, narrating her own idle diagnostics aloud like an excitable librarian. And Nick was off. It had been his idea. A solo mission, just a courier run to a remote outpost moon. Routine, he'd promised. Easy creds, he'd said. He'd left with a freshly serviced ship, his usual cluttered toolkit, and a worryingly optimistic attitude. Kate hadn't even looked up when the hangar doors closed behind him. Fuji had simply muttered, "We'll hear the screams." They always did. Hours later, a muted comms signal chimed across the Bone Marrow's bridge systems. Then came the shouting. "Used all my fuel getting here." Nick's voice blasted across the comms, frazzled and echoing with mechanical feedback. "Can't refuel because the interface is janked to all fuck. Unplayable fucking trash." Kate blinked slowly, her face impassive. Fuji, mid-Carter, paused only long enough to say, "He has begun." Bublina chimed into the open channel. "Estimated meltdown threshold, 32% reached." Another burst of garbled static, then Nick again, louder this time. Shouting, "Fuck this game! It knows I've delivered 50 of 50. Will it complete the contract and give the reward? Will it fuck?" Back on the bridge, Kate calmly adjusted the volume settings downward by 40%. Outside the Bone Marrow, a dust storm was building. Inside, Nick's own personal weather system of panic and profanity had reached gale force. "Oh my god, this game is bullshit! This game is so broken!" he wailed. Bublina's little pink icon hovered helpfully in the corner of the ship's internal display. Fuel, 12%. Patience, 0%. Mood, spectacular. News of the event travelled faster than Nick's own recall beacon. On the remote world of Svedventarsk, Boz's broadcast studio glowed red with its ever-present on-air sign. The sound of a spoon tapping porcelain echoed as he sipped tea, a slow smile spreading across his bearded face. "Well, folks," Boz said into the mic, "our lad Nick's done it again. Took on a moon delivery, yelled at a refueling pad, screamed at his interface, and rage quit in full view of half a dozen haulers." He chuckled. "Man's either cursed or blessed with a level of bug magnetism I've only seen in faulty vending machines." Across the void, Scarlet O'Interface, drifting in her own shadow-swathed ship, tapped into the same cosmic gossip. Her voice, silken and amused, danced across the stars. "And once again," she purred, "dear Nick of the Bone Marrow attempts to commune with the universe. And the universe, as always, files a restraining order." She paused, lips brushing the microphone. "They say he completed all 50 deliveries. They also say he's still waiting for the payout. Maybe it's metaphor. Maybe it's justice." Nick eventually returned. Barely. The ship limped into the Bone Marrow's hangar, scorched and sparking, with fuel readings so low the autodoc refused to validate them. Nick climbed out, his hair wild, his expression hollow. Kate met him at the airlock, a steaming mug of something dark in her hand. "I delivered all the crates," Nick said hoarsely. "But did you deliver?" She replied without blinking. "Yourself?" Behind her, Bublina emitted a low, descending whomp noise and spun lazily in mock sympathy. Fuji didn't look up from his datapad, but he did smirk.